Thank you so much. So we will start a new session. It's a really, really important session because now we have 20 minutes to face a really deep challenge, deep tech challenge. We have to focus on data, integrity of the data, traceability, storage of health data. So it's a key challenge today. We have in mind the crisis, and with this crisis, we know how weak we are. So I'm really, really proud to welcome two distinguished speakers, one key player in the ecosystem, in the French tech ecosystem. You have also charge in the association Exatrust, the Cyber Association, with the European print, Mr. Didier Lestevin from Walix. So you are not a startup, you are already a big company. You will explain us just in a few words after. And the startups, really promiseful startups in the world of the cyber in France, Cyberwatch with Maxime Allais-Edine. So, gentlemen, I will ask you to introduce yourself, your activity, and today your main project, thinking European and thinking French ecosystem. So, Maxime, you have the floor to start.
So, thanks for the introduction. My name is Maxime Allais-Edine and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Cyberwatch. We provide a cybersecurity solution that helps you to find and fix the vulnerabilities and compliance issues that you have in your IT systems. We are focused on the European market because we want to provide a complete solution that preserves the confidentiality of all the security issues that we find and that really fits the European market in terms of technologies.
Your main project today?
Our main project today for Europe is to work with the Western Europe, with Germany, with Luxembourg, with Swiss, and with Belgium, and work mainly with partners that resell our products.
Thank you so much. I like what you are saying because for Business France, Team France Export, our main challenge also is to talk to concrete digital Europe. So, Didier, could you explain us what's your main activity on your main project today?
Yes, for sure. So my name is Didier Lestevin. I am the Executive Vice President of Business and Operation for Walix. As you said at the beginning, Walix has been a founder of Exatrust, the association, the French Cybertech Association.
Could you explain exactly what Exatrust is doing today?
Well, Exatrust is a French association with many companies, let's say, participating to that, and we are here in order to put the cybersecurity at the top level of, let's say, the French and get the star of the cybersecurity, French cybersecurity in the world and mainly in Europe. Okay, so Walix is a startup. We are still a startup company. However, we are present internationally. We are mainly providing solutions, cybersecurity solution for identity and access protection in order to help our customers to secure their digital future. And the point is that we are a European leader. So our main development has been made around Europe. We start from France because we're headquartered in France, but now we are very strong in Germany. We are very strong in Benelux, south of Europe, Middle East and Africa, and as well, let's say UK, even if UK is maybe no more part of the European Union.
Thank you so much. So the time is running. I have 3 questions, guys, for you. My first question is when we start to collect, to store the data, is there like an ecography when the baby is here? When exactly, which device we have in phase to store the data? Maxime.
So you have several sensors that produce health data. The first one is your mobile phone. When you take a walk, when you use a connected watch, it produces health data. But even when you're just going to the hospital, at the moment you have several devices used by medical professionals, by healthcare professionals, that actually produce the data to be used by the professional. The issue is that this data is actually sometimes sent to other countries, to foreign countries, even outside of the EU. And the issue is that you do not even know that your data goes outside of France and outside of the EU. And the issue is that even the professionals do not know that their devices is actually sending data outside.
For you?
Yeah, I think I am
Comment?
completely in accordance with Maxime, but the point is that healthcare is an organizational technology. And so there is many MRI machine, PC, whatever, that are storing, accessing to data. And the point, which is very a vulnerability for the healthcare data, is the number of access points that you have everywhere, let's say in the healthcare, that you need to secure both who access to what and how they access to the things.
Okay,
so that's one of the main challenge,
Okay,
basically,
so-
of the healthcare industry.
Okay, so you mentioned that we need to protect our data, and it's a common challenge because it's a personal challenge with the healthcare ecosystem. So my second question is regarding the cost. So we understood that the hospitals, the medical players are to invest. So do you have in mind strategic cost of this before the investment? How to make an assessment for the investors?
So first of all, the French authority, the ANSSI, l'Agence nationale de la sécurité des systèmes d'information, actually provides healthcare professionals with several kind of framework so that they can actually assess their risk properly. But the issue is that even when you do use this framework, it actually secures your IT regarding what you know that you have. But the issue is that sometimes you just use other American or Israeli or even sometimes just foreign software that are here to provide you a service. But the issue is that this data that these devices produce is actually sent on the cloud. And this is really hard to know that your data is sent on the cloud, and this is how you could really see a challenge here. The issue is that the hospitals do not know what they have, and the hospitals do not know what they actually send outside.
Didier, do we have an answer regarding Europe on cloud, as mentioned Maxime?
Well, yeah, so just to rebound on Maxime, he talked about ANSSI, but you have the BSI in Germany, you have the English Chamber of Security as well, and all the healthcare environment will have exactly the same approach. In UK, for example, there is a DSP, which is very important for them, where they are talking about what is the main important things to be secured, basically. And for sure, again, data, when you want to secure data, you need to know, well, the data is made for people, identity to access to it. So if you secure your identity, you secure the access, you secure your data. Now the cloud or the on-prem is for us, let's say, not an issue, because anyway, we are going to the digital stuff. And whatever it's in the cloud or whatever it's on-prem, however, you need to make sure that if it is on cloud, that at least your data is located in the nation where you are belonging to.
A few words about regarding the project of Gaia. Could you explain to our audience what is Gaia?
Well, Gaia is a consortium, European consortium, in order to try to get a sovereign European cloud that will, let's say, beat the US sovereign cloud, which are all AWS or Azure or Google, basically. There is no national US cloud. They rely on those people, but they are US centric. So that's the association. There is many people participating to that, and we hope to see the first, let's say, aspect of it, and we participate, WorldX, in providing solution for the Gaia X cloud version.
It's really clear. So we understand with the data autonomy. That means that we have to be independent or dependent. How you understand the relationship, the data relationship with the international ecosystem? Is there any new business? Because we understood that there is like a new frontier, new data frontier, new equipment to think different. So how do you match your cyber constraint with the autonomy of analysis for the medical players?
I think that the question is not about are you okay to send the data outside? Because basically sometimes you just have to send it outside to get the value of the services that you use. However, the thing is, do you actually know that this data is going outside, and do you know the actors that will use it? If you are informed about how this data will be sent outside and which actors will use it, then you have a free choice to make, and you can make this choice properly. The only thing is, are you informed properly about where your data will be, and do you have the right to send it outside? If you have made your choice, then, well, it's up to you to use the cloud or to use an on-premise approach. There is no good way. The only thing is you have to make a way that fits your need and your regulations.
Yeah, I think cybersecurity, by the way, is here in order to match these complex things, which is autonomy and security. And the cybersecurity solutions are here to give still your autonomy for your data, but get possibility, let's say, because we are in the digital world now, to exchange with the people that need to have access to your data as well, with security measure, vulnerability scanning, whatever it's identity and access, let's say, control. That's typically what you need to do. And so there is no conflict between autonomy and exchange.
So I understand that it's really urgent to decide and to talk with you guys. From your point of view, it's really expensive to have a strategy, a cyber strategy or healthcare data strategy?
It's not that it's expensive, it's just that you have to spend a little time to define your strategy. And you might even gain a lot of time if you just inspire yourself from the ANSI frameworks or from the German frameworks as well. Because in Europe, we have several agencies that did the job really great. So the thing is, you have to work on your strategy, and then if you look properly on the strategy, you will see that the actions are quite simple and not that expensive to use, or even if you think that they are expensive, well, actually, it will save you a lot of money and time to just avoid the attack. So it's either you take the full attack and you will lose a lot of money and you will have a lot of issues, or you make the little investment compared to the amount of attack.
And the French ecosystem for you is strong?
The European ecosystem is strong in Europe. I would say that we have to work together as several countries that are involved in creating a huge and strong European cyber tech to prepare the European continent against external intrusions.
Okay. So as an international organization, I like what you are saying.
Yeah.
Didier,
Well, because we are as well member of Exatrust, we believe that the French are definitely in advance in Europe regarding cybersecurity. And we have a strong player over there. Not to say there is none elsewhere. In Germany you have some, but not as much as in France to speak with. And the other country in Europe, again UK a little bit aside, are, let's say, smaller than us, so they don't have the main means. But the cybersecurity, French cybersecurity, should be the leading one for the European cybersecurity. Just to come back on your first question, which was, do we think that we need to have a specialized healthcare industry? We believe in sectorization. So yes, we will have specific solutions to address the healthcare environment. And the reason for that is because, as I said at the beginning, healthcare is here to save life and let's say save patient. So you need to, IT is not something that they have embedded. So you need to move to the OT, organizational technology, and make sure that the MRI machine, they have an identity as well. You need to secure this identity like you will save the identity of the patient. So that's important, and we're working on some verticals like the healthcare in order to provide unique solution, easy to manage, easy to deploy, because again, they have a lack of IT people and IT resources in the healthcare environment.
Okay, so we have the technology, we have the needs. I also there is a decision and decision makers. What's regarding the investment for you? What's the main challenge for investment?
I don't think that there are that much of a challenge as of today, because
Finance you.
yeah, but basically the French President Emmanuel Macron created a new strategy to help actually medical professionals investing in cybersecurity. So I do think that there are not that much of a challenge regarding the financial part right now. It's more about the strategy and the decision-making process. So I do hope that everyone who will watch us will actually take the time to look at the French strategy from Emmanuel Macron and use the finance that has been provided to actually buy European technologies.
And same plan exists in Germany and in England, for example. So again, European is mobilized around this healthcare issue and the health data, basically. So yeah, after it's a question of how we can go fast in order to deploy secure solutions for this. That's really the threat right now. And that is our challenge, to be able to deploy rapidly with security, let's say, solutions that will enable full security of our data health in the world and in Europe.
My last question is regarding your international development. So what are your next steps in CyberWatch on you, Walix, if you have some proposal for partnership or you're looking for something,
We have customers abroad as well. We have multinational companies that use our products and services, and we have also customers in the Gulf countries or in North Africa or in West Africa, and obviously as well in West Europe. But we do hope to find new partners to help us address the European markets, because we are really focused on the European.
What kind of partners? What is the profile of your partners?
We are looking for what we call resellers or distributors and integrators. Basically, these are companies that take our product and provide value-added services around our product to the final customer.
What's your main reference in a medical system? Main reference, main clients, customers? If you can share.
I can't share, but we work with several different parts of the medical sector. We work with very big companies, we work with the public sector, and we also work with small companies that address the medical field.
Thank you. Didier, the same question.
Yeah.
So the international steps, reference, profile of your partners.
So Walix started really internationalization of his business 2 years ago. And to give you an idea, we moved from being around 15% of our business international to 40% last year.
40%.
So this is quite important. And we aim to continue because there is a huge market everywhere. We are a leader in France. We are a leader in Europe. We want to be a leader internationally speaking. So our plan of development is for sure North America. Even if our competitors are coming from US, we are the only remaining in identity and access European player. But anyway, we will go there as well. South Africa as well, and South America, which is very, very important market for us to try to go there. So that's our plan for internationalization.
Profile of your partner?
The partners that we are looking for, we do have already, let's say, many VAR and value-added distributor and reseller. So we are now, let's say, partnering with global system integrators, the big player, you know, like the Atos, the Capgemini and Sopra, and the KPMG as well. So that's the type of actor we are more and more partnering with. And what we want to partner with is with our ecosystem. So to make sure that with Maxim, for example, we have products that are working together, and same in some large international player, whether they are in US, whether they are in Germany, whatever they are. So we are spending a lot of time in order to get those partnerships working, because we cannot do it alone, and we need. It's really a cross issue, basically.
You are working for a long time in this French ecosystem. If you ask you like a feedback, how you see the French ecosystem in terms of talents, number of startups in the cyber is growing up, is where we are today?
We do have a lot of talents because we have very good engineers. The issue is that most engineers even think about working abroad, and I do think that we have to think about the future of our country and of the whole European continent as a whole. And as a result, we should really be thinking about not just developing the right skills, but also the right mindset to build the future of our continent regarding cybersecurity.
Yeah, exactly the same that what Maxime said. We have a talent in France. We have an engineer, a cybersecurity engineer. Wallis, for example, is investing with a university and some larger school in order
Incubators?
Yes.
Are there incubators?
In order to develop, let's say, a cybersecurity diploma. So more and more, I think we will have. For sure, you have, let's say, the big player in cybersecurity are Israeli. Why? Because they are in war, and security for them is their life, basically. And so you have a lot of talent as well in Israel. But in France, I think we do have a good ground in order to be a leading company in the cybersecurity space, definitely.
If we have to conclude in one word for you about health, sovereignty, and data, what's the word?
I would say that we are stronger when we work together. I think Exatrust is a good example of something that works really greatly regarding collaboration between several companies. And I do hope that we will see the same thing between countries that will share a complete European strategy regarding cybersecurity.
Work together.
Yeah, simplicity. I think cybersecurity is not complex or need to be very simple. And we need to think, let's say, with simplicity about solutions in order to increase and easy to access as well this type of solution.
Thank you again for this panel session. Again, I learned a lot, and I hope so that you are learning a lot also with Maxime and Didier. For our point of view as Business France, it's really important to integrate the cyber value. It's an added value. Sometimes it's a value added or added value, I don't know. But for the and software, it's really interesting because my job is to project software abroad. And when we can say that, okay, we take care of your data because we have a nice software French editor, European editor, for the clients when he's in Asia, when he's in Africa, when he's in Latin America, when he's in Europe, of course, it's really confident and simple, as you mentioned, Didier. Thank you so much again. See you soon.
Thank you, Thomas.